Dennis, I think Cadbury's have come up with something.
John Thaw was a renowned British actor, celebrated for his compelling performances in some of the most iconic television series of his time. Born January 3, 1942, in Manchester, he rose from a working-class background to become one of the UK's most respected actors. His breakthrough came with the role of Detective Inspector Jack Regan in The Sweeney, a police drama that captivated audiences in the 1970s. He solidified his place in television history with his portrayal of Inspector Morse, a role that earned him acclaim and awards. Thaw's career spanned several decades, showcasing his versatility in both television and theater. He passed away February 21, 2002, leaving behind a lasting legacy. But how did he get his start, and why did he die so young at only 60? John Thaw's life and career, upbringing and early years.
Because I knew John, and because I knew he had this great sense of humour, as did Dennis, I tended to put a lot more humour into the Sweeney than other writers.
John Edward Thaw was born January 3, 1942, in Gorton, Manchester, an industrial area that was a far cry from the glitz and glamour of the acting world. Thaw grew up in a working-class family, with his father, John, working as a long-distance lorry driver. Life wasn't easy for young John, especially after his parents separated when he was only 7. This early disruption had a profound impact on him, but also instilled in him a certain resilience that proved essential in his later life. Despite the challenges, Thaw found an early passion for acting, which provided a much-needed escape from the difficulties of his childhood. He attended Ducie Technical High School for Boys, where his talent for performance began to emerge. Recognizing his potential, one of his teachers encouraged him to audition for a scholarship to the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, RADA, one of the most prestigious acting schools in the world. Thaw's natural talent shined through, and he was awarded the scholarship, which was a significant achievement for a boy from such a modest background. RADA was a turning point in Thaw's life. It provided him with the technical skills and discipline required to thrive in the highly competitive world of acting. The path to success. After completing his studies there, John began his professional career in the early 60s, a time when British television and theater were undergoing significant changes. His first few years in the industry were marked by smaller roles as he worked to establish himself in a field filled with talented contemporaries. His first major break came in 1964, when he was cast in the play A Shred of Evidence at the New Arts Theatre. The role was pivotal, as it marked the beginning of Thaw's professional acting career and opened doors for him in the television industry. Thaw's talent for bringing depth to his characters quickly caught the attention of casting directors, and he soon began to get more substantial roles. Breakthrough with The Sweeney. The turning point in John's career came in 1975 when he was cast as Detective Inspector Jack Regan in The Sweeney, a gritty police drama that went on to become one of the most influential British television series of the 70s. The Sweeney was a departure from the more genteel detective shows of the time, presenting a raw, unflinching view of life on the streets. Thaw's portrayal of Regan, a tough, no-nonsense cop who was not above bending the rules to get results, resonated deeply with audiences. Thaw's performance was electric. He brought a level of intensity and realism to the role that was groundbreaking for its time. His character was complex, a man hardened by his environment but also deeply committed to his job. The Sweeney was a huge success and made John a household name in the UK. It ran for 4 seasons and spawned 2 feature films. The role of a lifetime, Inspector Morse. While The Sweeney established Thaw as a major television star, it was his role as Chief Inspector Morse in the eponymous series Inspector Morse that defined his career and earned him critical acclaim. The series, which aired from 1987 to 2000, was based on the novels by Colin Dexter and followed cases of the enigmatic, often irascible detective who had a penchant for classical music and crossword puzzles. Thaw's portrayal of Morse was masterful. He infused the character with a depth and complexity that made Morse more than just a detective. He was a fully realized human being, complete with flaws, idiosyncrasies, and a rich inner life. Thaw's nuanced performance captured the subtle contradictions of Morse's character, a man who was both brilliant and deeply melancholic, solitary yet compassionate. The series was a massive success, becoming one of the most beloved detective dramas in British television history. Thaw's performance earned him numerous accolades, including several BAFTA awards. What made his portrayal particularly memorable was how he humanized Morse, making him relatable despite his often brusque demeanor. Inspector Morse also had a lasting cultural impact, influencing the genre of crime drama both in the UK and internationally. The series spawned 2 successful spin-offs, Lewis and Endeavour, further cementing the legacy of the character and the world that Thaw helped bring to life. Other notable achievements. Beyond the Sweeney and Inspector Morse, John Thaw's career was marked by a series of other significant achievements. He starred in Kavanagh QC from 1995 to 2001, playing the role of James Kavanagh, a barrister with strong moral compass. The series was yet another success for Thaw, showcasing his ability to bring gravitas and depth to his characters. His portrayal of Kavanagh was marked by a quiet dignity as he navigated the often murky waters of the legal system with integrity and empathy. Thaw also had a successful stage career with performances in a variety of plays that highlighted his versatility as an actor. His work in theater included roles in productions like Pygmalion and Hedda Gabler, where his powerful stage presence and command of language were on full display. Throughout his career, he was also a familiar face in British television dramas and films, often taking on roles that explored complex themes and characters. His work was always marked by a commitment to authenticity and a deep understanding of the human condition. Legacy and impact. John Thaw's career is a testament to his extraordinary talent and dedication to his craft. His ability to inhabit his characters fully, to bring them to life with nuance and subtlety, set him apart as one of the finest actors of his generation. Thaw's work, particularly in The Sweeney and Inspector Morse, has had a lasting impact on British television, influencing how crime dramas are written, produced, and acted. His legacy is not only in the roles he played, but also in the way he approached his work, with integrity, passion, and a deep respect for the art of acting. John Thaw passes away.
So we have another production in mind because tonight, John Thaw, this is your life.
John Thaw passed away February 21st, 2002, at age 60. His death marked the end of a remarkable career that had left a lasting impact on British television. However, his life off-screen was marked by personal struggles, particularly with alcohol and tobacco. Thaw began smoking and drinking a lot since the age of 12. These habits stayed with him for much of his life. Despite his professional success, these addictions took a toll on his health. His dependence on alcohol was particularly challenging. It wasn't until the 90s, when he was in his 50s, that he finally quit drinking. This decision came after years of grappling with the pressures of fame and the demands of his career, and it reflected his determination to improve his health and well-being. Thaw's passing was met with an outpouring of grief from fans, colleagues, and the wider public. He was deeply loved and respected, not only for his extraordinary talent, but also for his kindness and humility. A testament to his impact and the high regard in which he was held, Prince Charles attended his memorial service, a rare honor that underscored Thaw's influence and the affection he commanded. The service was attended by many from the acting community, reflecting the deep respect and admiration his peers had for him. John Thaw's legacy continues to live on through his memorable performances and the lasting impression he left on British culture. Now it's time to hear from you. Do you think John's work as an actor is still appreciated today? Let us know in the comments section below.